being played right now, and the Brewers are playing like it was supposed to be played last night. They are down 5-1 right now. We'll be live at the Brick House later, appropriately named because there was a broadcaster here when I was growing up, Jack Brickhouse. Hey, hey, was his home run call. That was before the days of Harry Carey, so it's an appropriate name there. We're on Waveland Avenue. Let's take you down Waveland right here, which is always shut off during Cub games. So you can walk out here. It's sort of a promenade. For those of you who've been to Boston's Fenway Park, this is sort of like Yawkey Way around here. And what you can see here, these are the rooftops up here, little obscured. Not many people up here today, but these are the famous rooftops that people rent out. Corporations own these buildings now. A lot of them do, and that's how they make their money. I want to show you a story, Mary. Let's go back here. I grew up a Cub fan. That's a total confession that I feel I have to make. All in on the Brewers now, have been for many years. But back when I was in 8th grade, we skipped school at St. Francis Xavier, and we came down. We didn't have tickets. We were young and stupid. And there used to be that wall right there, that chain link fence, used to come all the way down to where you see Gate 5. And there was a little ledge right there. Well, 5 of my friends and I hopped up on that ledge, and like a bunch of raccoons, we just scaled up the side of that chain link fence.
No, you didn't.
There's a fire station right over there. It's been there for many years. Tim, if you could show the fire station. And that day, there was a big, large Chicago cop smoking a cigar who sees us scaling up the side of Wrigley, and he runs over and says, "Get down!" And the obedient kid that I was, I started to go down, and my friend said, "We're already in trouble," which seemed to make sense. So they waved me up, we hopped up, climbed in, and that is how I snuck into opening day, Wrigley Field, 1977. Long time ago. I think the statute of limitations are expired, so I can tell that story. But a lot of people hang out here during the games, Mary, and when we come back in the next half hour, we're going to talk to some people who are hanging out here because they like to catch home run balls. And some of these buildings actually have damage on them. If you've ever been up to Little Bohemia, up in Manitowoc Waters, they still have the bullet holes from the attack on the John Dillinger gang. Well, some of these facades of the buildings still carry the scars of well-hit home runs. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But Mary, that's the story from Waveland Avenue. The vibe, it's not great. It's not great for Cub fans or Brewer fans. This is a makeup game. It's a little overcast. There's not a great deal of enthusiasm around Wrigleyville just yet. But tonight, the game you're going to see on Fox 6, well, that game is going to have some excitement. That Brewer fan giving us a thumbs up right there. So from the bleachers. So Mary, that's the story from Waveland Avenue outside of the left field bleachers in Wrigley Field.
I've known you for over 15 years. I have never heard that story. 2 questions on that. Did your parents ever find out that you scaled the wall?
My parents had an interesting policy when it came to Wrigley Field and opening day. They used to say if you can get past the nuns and you can get past the principal at the elevated train down at 4th and Linden, and you could find your way on and find your way into Wrigley Field and make it home in time for dinner, they didn't want to hear anything else. So no, I don't think I ever told them that story.
Kind of like
Question
what happens.
Two is what?
What happens at Wrigley stays at Wrigley. I love it. I have a new nickname for you. I have a new nickname for you there, Spidey. And you didn't leave any marks. There's a lot of marks. Spidey, did you leave a mark on there? You know what I mean? There's got to be a little imprint. TP.
Yeah. Well, here's the funny part of the story. Because we were all 6 Catholic kids and we felt immediately guilty about it, that we left in like the 2nd inning and went to visit my buddy's dad at his law office downtown. Because we were so sure that they were going to catch 6 kids in Cubs jackets and kick them out of the ballpark. So we snuck in and we were brave, and then we turned into cowards really quickly.
We're going to put Kim and Lavoie on the phone later to see what the statute of limitations are. I don't know that they've run out.
Yeah. I think Julius, who's a Cub fan also, will tell you that I'm exonerated at this point for sure.
Oh man, that is that story made. That's all I remember from this entire run. So that's fantastic. You're right though; it's going to be electric later, but you certainly have captured the sights down there. That's great. Great history, great stories.
And we'll talk to some people who are hanging out on Waveland a little later on when they come back. Photojournalist Tim Primo and I are hanging out outside.
Okay.
A very calm Wrigley Field right now, but it's going to get very, very exciting as we get closer to the game on Fox 6 tonight.
Yeah, exactly. I can't wait. Well, at least we got a story, and we'll check back a little later. We'll let you gather some more news there. Spidey, appreciate it.
All right, Mary. Thanks.
How about that? Who knew? Can you picture a young Ted Perry? His hair was really dark. I tease him all the time. I'm like, could you just put a little Grecian formula in there? But that dark hair, skill on the wall. He was a football player. I bet he had moves. Oh, what a sight that was. Somebody's got a picture of that somewhere. I'm on it. While I do my investigative work, maybe I'll get Brian Polson on this. Let's head over to Sam Kramer. He's also getting in on Brew Crew Tuesday fun. Hey, Sam, set the scene to where you are, because, again, it looks a little bit quiet. No walls behind you to scale.
Yeah, hi there, Mary. It definitely is quiet. Obviously, today's game was supposed to be played last night, and so everyone's just kind of hanging out for the late game, which, again, is going to be on our air. We're at Will's Northwoods Inn, which, if you just kind of look around, it kind of feels like we're in Wisconsin. I mean, we've got the Badgers W here. You and Ted would be happy about that. Road to the Rose Bowl begins here. Let's see, what else do we have? There's a Bucks logo up there, and basically the only thing, there's a bunch of Packer stuff on the other side. But the only thing that they don't have would be a Brewers flag, but that's okay because it's friendly toward Wisconsin sports in general. We're joined by the general manager, Katie Herrera. Katie, thanks so much for having us.
Thank you for having me.
Game one was yesterday. It was supposed to be a doubleheader.
Yeah.
What was it like in here?
It was boisterous after that first game and full of Brewers fans.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, which I'm guessing you expected was going to be the case, given that you're a mile from Wrigley, and this is probably the only place that's flying a green and gold Packers flag, a Bucks flag. Again, not the Brewer stuff, but the teams that they align with.
Yes, we are just about a mile south of Wrigley, so we have to tread lightly with those Brewer flags.
Yeah. How does that go in here?
We get a lot of Brewers fans. I think the Brewers fans are a little fair weathered. No offense to Wisconsin up there, guys. Not anything like the Packers fans until the Brewers are doing well. But they were out in full force yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. A 7-0 win means that I'm guessing the drinks are flowing, the confidence is flowing, and it just gets, again, boisterous in here.
Yes, Miller Lite, Busch Light, brandy old fashioned, sweets.
Is that a moment of I guess identification at the bar? Like, yeah, you could have your ID, but how are you going to order an old fashioned is really kind of a giveaway of maybe what team you're rooting for or where you're from.
Oh, 100%. You put brandy in that thing, you're definitely from Wisconsin. 100%.
And you would know. You're a Badgers grad.
I am a Badger alum. Proud of it.
Yeah, and even though you're down in here in Chicago. So what are you expecting today? So it's quiet in here. You guys opened at 2.
Yeah, open at 2. If it's anything like yesterday, about 4:30 when game 2 finishes, we'll start to see a bunch of people, and then dinner rush into 5-ish. So yesterday between 4:30 and 7 o'clock, it was just a total, I will not use the word I used earlier, but it was very boisterous in here. Lots of Brewers fans.
Yeah. And it makes sense. The best team in baseball, it's a close place to travel, and there is always this, I'm going to call it friendly animosity. Cubs fans like to refer to the Brewers ballpark as Wrigley North. American Family Field South doesn't really roll off the tongue as much, but nevertheless, it's probably the closest they can come to. So this place, as you look around, there are a ton of tables, a ton of seats. They have trivia tonight. There's a spot outside, Mary, that we'll show you in a little bit. There's also another bar off to the right here. So they've got the space. Sounds like the Brewers fans are going to fill that then.
Yes. We are expecting all the Brewers fans, few Cubs fans, and no, this is not AmFam South.
AmFam South.
Which is maybe why we like to refer to Wrigley North up there, and we don't fly those Brewers flags. But we are very welcoming and encouraging.
Yeah.
Come on in, Wisconsin.
So there you have it, Mary. What do you think?
I think I'm hearing a closet Brewers fan from that Wisconsin grad. That's what I think. It's okay.
Let me just throw that past her real quick. She said, and she's working Wisconsin, so very much connected at UW. She says she thinks she hears a closet Brewers fan in your responses, your thoughts. Did you see the facial? Oh wow, Cardinals.
Ooh, the Cardinals. How did that happen?
Oh, wow. I don't know how that happened, but it's clearly a secret. At least it was a secret. I'm not sure it is anymore.
Oh, you know what? We'll let her slide. You know, I didn't know if you could get, I assume there'd be a Wisconsin bar down there, you know, for all of us Wisconsinites that get down there. And so that looks like a really great place to check out. I mean, what is the most unique thing that you've seen there? You know, you're from Franklin, born and raised, but give us a little tour for somebody like me who's never been there.
All right, can we do a quick, is there anything on the walls that we should not show? Okay, quick tour. Come on, Jake. So this is the main area, and what I really liked was, like, if you look here in this booth, there's a lot of Packer stuff along the way, a lot of Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Lambeau Field. Actually, as I look over here, this is a letter, it appears, from one Curly Lambeau to some guy that lived on 85th Street in West Dallas.
Oh, wow.
Enclosed, you will find your regular league contracts. Oh, so to a player. And they were paying him at the rate of $150 for each regular scheduled game. Boy, things have changed in the National Football League. Let's see, what else here? Yeah, so this is just photos along the wall. There's a mom in here with her stroller. So, yeah, I feel like I'm in the Northwoods. It's aptly named.
All things Wisconsin. Boy, a lot of green, a lot of gold, and a lot of cheeseheads. So you'd feel right at home if you were headed down to that area and you want to catch the game, maybe tonight or another night if we meet again. That's great.
Yeah, this is a good place to be. Again, it's quiet now. I imagine when you check back in with us hours later, it won't be.
Exactly. I think that brandy will be flowing. And the brandy old fashions, that is.
Yes.
None for you, you're working, but you can get an IOU. Oh, thank you for that, Sam. That was a great tour.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. I won't hold you to it. All right, Sam, thanks for that. So exciting. You know, the game, we mentioned it, is on our air, and our coverage for the big game is going to start at 6:30. First pitch is going off at 7:05, and then after the game, we're going to have a special edition of FOX6 News with live reaction from American Family Field. That's going to be followed by the normal programming, the 1% Club, and then the Snake. So that is fantastic. Boy, that is such a tour. You are looking live at Wrigley right now. Full confession, I grew up a Cubs fan. We'll circle back to that. And I've only been to Wrigley one time, but not for a game. So if you haven't been there, or if you're wondering exactly what the vibe is, that's a pretty good look right now. Ted Perry is walking along the streets there, talking to people, reminiscing about his time as a Cubs fan. And as we saw Sam Kramer, well, he's making sure that things flow at that Northwoods bar. But today, it's all about the Brewers, and we're all Brewers fans, no matter what. Brewers take on the Cubs. Brewers with the best record in the league right now, showing them how it's done to our South. We have much more to come, including more on that special day tomorrow. Tell you more about that after we come back from a quick break. Keep it right here. everybody. So glad you're with us. The Brewers and the Cubs squaring off. It is a big day. It is almost like a national holiday, right? Brewers and Cubs, the big rivalry going down right here on Fox 6 tonight. So keep it here on Fox Local. And then, of course, we're going to have you over on Fox 6 for the big game. And we're going to have a little get together afterwards when we do our news right after the game. But for right now, let's get you amped up. The game, as you know, that was canceled last night is being played right now. And then the next game will be played. We're going to do a little pre-show at 6:30, and then they start at 7 o'clock tonight. So let's get you ready for the big game. Listen, Ted is in Chicago. Sam Kramer is in Chicago. So I'm here alone. So you at home, you're my co-anchor, my co-pilot, my right hand, my BFF. My boo, let's get it ready because we're going to put your Brewers knowledge to the test. Let's go ahead and look at some pictures and see if we can name the player getting ready for tonight's big game. Okay, so take a close look. I even know this one. This is, I'm going to give you a minute. You didn't let me answer. Kristen Yelich. We all know Yelich. That's right. Number 22, outfielder, designated hitter, all around great guy, one of the stars, of course, of the Brew Crew. He's always fun to watch if you do go to a game, and great on the field, but of course off the field as well. But when it comes to swinging that bat and home runs and runs batted in, 8th season. And with the Brewers, he was the 2018 National League MVP. So he's been around for a while, and he knows a thing or two about swinging that bat because he can hit the homers, and he is one of our MVPs. All right, so let's go to the next guy right there. Let's see how well you know this guy. Now, let me answer. Let me think about this. This is AV, Andrew Vaughn. Yes, I got it right. I'll give myself a 0 for the first one, even though I knew it. But what did you get at home? Let's keep score. So I'm 0-1. You're probably 1-1. Number 28, as you know, he plays first. By the way, a little trivia about him. He was the number 3 overall pick in 2019 in the MLB draft. He was actually acquired from the White Sox in June, and I know all about this because, true confession, my husband is a die-hard Sox fan, and he was really, really disappointed that this guy was let go when he was let go, when he got that trade. He was actually traded for a pitcher, Aaron Civale, I believe that's how you say his name, and he averages more than 1 RBI per game with the Brewers so far, so he is really, really valuable to us. So AV, glad you're in town. Hope you're sticking around. All right, number 3, here we go. And this guy, this is a little tougher. I might cheat on this one since I gave myself a mulligan on the first one. And this would be Devin Williams, traded from the New York Yankees. He received the Durbin and Nestor Cortez 3-game winning walk-off this season in his rookie season. He hit by pitch 17 times this season. That's the second most in the NL from the North Chicago suburb of Lake Forest there, so he's down our way. A little fun trivia fact for you. But obviously, third baseman, he's proven to be real valuable. I'm out here with our floor director, Ryan. Ryan, did you know any of these guys?
I knew the first one.
You knew the first one. So would you say you're what, 0 or 2 to 1? Yeah, okay. I'm going to give 2 to 1. How'd you do at home? Yeah, send me an IM. Let me know. You probably were 3 for 3. Yeah, little fun trivia there. And you know where this is. We all get one on this one, right? Ryan, where are we at right now?
Wrigley Field.
Wrigley Field, all right. Yeah, Wrigley Field. More when the Brewers take on the Cubs. They're playing right now, but of course there's a lot more fun coming up tonight. So keep it right here on our Wild Desk. That's right. We'll be right back with Fox Local. Welcome back to our Fox Local streaming with you right now. We are just so excited here, and we hope that you are too, because win number 80 and 81 are on the line today for the Brewers. But let's be honest, it's really all about the bragging rights. The record is so good right now that it's just fantastic. And the Cubs really, I was talking to Brandon Cruz a little earlier, are a bit behind. So statistically, it's not as big of a deal, but let's say, you know, the spirit of it is alive, and that's what this is all about. Yesterday's split doubleheader at Wrigley turned into a washout yesterday. As you know, the game was canceled. But just before the downpour yesterday, we thought maybe that game was going to go off. Didn't go off. And just before it started to rain and the clouds opened up, the Brewers, they got back to business.
2-2 pitch. Ortiz, little tapper. That is going to stay fair. Throw to first is up the line. It gets away. Here comes Frelick. He's in. Jansen around third will be held. The Brewers lead 3-0 on a swinging bunt by Ortiz.
Yeah, from Ortiz. Crew bounced back in a big way at Wrigley Field. Bryce Terang hitting his 7th homer in 14 games, and Freddie Peralta, always a crowd favorite, gets win number 15 on the season, and the Brewers go on to win 7-0. We were watching Sunday's game in the newsroom, and when the homer was hit, you guys remember, it was like the bottom of the 8th, top of the 9th. We were electric. People were shouting. I will not name names. And then they went on to lose, so we needed that bounce back. So that was so great to see. We're not the only ones, though, getting ready for the Brewers today to hopefully do a little bit more of that. Take a look at this. Pitcher, that's right. Right now I'm trying to look and see my eyes, my old eyes. Tell me who that is. Quinn Priester, yeah, that's right. So his grandma, Quinn Priester's grandma, delivered signature oatmeal chocolate chip cookies for the Brewers. Quinn, can grandma send some our way? Look at that. You know, I think he's taken a page from Travis Kelce's book, you know, Mama Kelce, how she makes those cookies, and I think she gives them out at the game. She gives them out to players, you know. But either way, we'll take it. I bet they are so good. Maybe we will hit him up for her recipe. At the very least, she should send some our way so we can do a little taste test and let you know how those are. But she's obviously in on the fun, getting everybody ready for the big game. It's all about that hometown feel that nobody can bring like the Brewers. You know who else has given us a hometown feel? Yeah, my colleague, one of my besties, Ted Perry. He is in Chicago. We're going to check in with him in just a little bit. But for right now, we're going to take a quick break. But we're going to leave you with a shot from what is right now a quiet Wrigleyville. Not going to stay that way. Oh, no. If you're headed down, we're giving you a little preview right now. And we'll keep our eye on all things Cubs and Brewers when we come right back. Welcome back, everybody. Are you ready for the big game? I hope you are. We are. If not, we're going to get you ready right now. Ted Perry has made his way to Chicago. He gave us a little tour right around Wrigley there. If you've never been there, if you've maybe been there a long time ago and couldn't remember, it was a great tour. And we heard a little insight about Ted, and hopefully we hear some more now. Ted, where are you? I don't recognize anything behind you.
Oh, you will very shortly, Mary. First of all, Mary, can I just say I am really enjoying your audition for the Blitz, to be the Blitz fill-in. I love the way you were just going down the trades. I'm like, this is good. She's nailing it. She's nailing it. It's very good.
Yeah,
where
better
am I?
than color bars, maybe.
That's the red line right there, Mary.
Oh, yeah,
Next
sure.
stop, Addison, Cubs Park. We're hoping to see a trainload of Brewers and Cubs fans arrive, but no, that's not what you recognize. You will recognize this, however, as we pan up. This is dead center field in Wrigley Field. This is outside, and that famous marquee. This is on the intersection of Sheffield and Waveland, and you see the American flag, and then you see the three different columns of flags, right? Do you see those? If you'll notice what they are, those are the National League teams in the order they are in their respective division. And you see that Brewers yellow flag flying 9 games above the Cubs right there, and then the Reds, then the Cardinals, then the Pirates. So that is kind of one of the charms of Wrigley, is that they have the standings of all the National League teams blowing in the breeze right there. Let's take you on a walk down Waveland, if we shall, as we take the bleachers. This behind us, by the way, Murphy's Bleachers, a meeting point before, after, and during the game. Spent a little more money in there over the years than I'd like to admit. But 1, 2, let me hear you, Mary. Take me out to the ball game. It's Harry Carey statue right here. The great Harry Carey. Let's have a Budweiser and watch the game. I have seen so many people just stop and take their pictures here in the last half hour. But that was the great Harry Carey. Oh, here's our L train, Timmy. Arriving right over there. Oh, we just missed it. The L train stopping at Addison. Bleachers right here. Gentlemen, hello. How are the Brewer fans behaving today? Pretty good? For Brewers fans, that's a conditional thumbs up. I like it.
Yes.
Here's one right now. Who are you?
Yes.
I want to go a place of the bear. That's what it means. You act like you're in prison, but you're okay, right? Oh, you're here for all 5 games. All right, bring us a win. 5-2, right, is the score right now? We got them right where we want them. All right, Mary from Aguanago, go enjoy. Well, that was fun. That was unexpected. Yeah. And then they have the Walk of Fame here, Mary, much like they do outside American Family Field. Some great names. Famous 1908 Cubs, Tinkers to Evers to Chance.
Oh, fantastic.
Don Kessinger, my favorite shortstop growing up, right here. This is a great Walk of Fame. And this is, again, Waveland Avenue, where people gather and hang out waiting for fly balls. You got vendors out here. You got a guy selling the W flag, which is what they like to fly here at Wrigley after a win. They don't have an L flag, which they've needed a lot more than not lately. So I don't know why they don't sell that one. Oh, yeah, that got some looks. All right. All in good fun. All in good fun. It's a very family-friendly event. I mean, look at the mom here pushing her kid down the street. This is very good. Oh, a young Cub fan here. This is so sweet. Are you here for the game, or do you live in the neighborhood?
We used to live here. We're here for the game now.
Okay, enjoy. So you got vendors out here. Mary, you're free to ask me any questions as I walk by.
Yeah, I'm just amazed. You know, when you were doing the Walk of Fame, I had to look up my high school classmates. I just saw his wife a couple days ago, Damian Miller. He played in 2003 for the Cubs, only a year, so he probably didn't make that wall. Great player, great guy.
Yeah. Yes, great. All those things. Kind of toward the end of his career with the Cubs here, but a fantastic player, well respected here. But that's probably not going to get him a big brick out here.
I'm thinking that.
But this is where people gather, and they try to catch fly balls and home runs. Now, the wind's blowing in today, and I met somebody earlier. Scott, do you have a second? I met Scott from Chicago. That's all right. You can keep the game out here. We're in between innings, so Scott has some time. Scott, we were talking earlier, and I said, do you have a rough idea of how many home run balls you've hit, either from batting practice or games? You didn't have a rough idea. You had an exact number.
1,182.
1,182. Did the 82nd one come today?
No, I got it Saturday.
Saturday. What's the trick? What's the secret? We're out here. We're outside the left field bleachers, so you really got to have somebody with some pop, and the weather has to cooperate.
Yeah, the wind has to be blowing out. We got a spotter up there. Let us know whether there's a righty or a lefty up.
Oh, you're kidding, really?
Once in a while. We
Okay,
don't always have the
but
spotter
you're also
up there.
listening to the game, and you know the players. Like, you know if Yelich is
Yeah,
up.
you know who's up and
Okay,
stuff.
gotcha. And you know if Caleb Durham is up, he's a righty, and he can jack one out of you.
Right.
If you catch an opponent's ball, do you throw it back like they do in the bleachers?
No, not from the street.
Okay.
It's too far. Wouldn't do it. We're too old for that.
What's your most memorable? What's your most? Which one goes into a glass case for you?
I got Andre Dawson's last hit as a Cub at the end of the '92 season.
The Hawk.
Yeah, the Hawk.
That's a good one to have. Scott, we appreciate your time. I'll let you get back at it. Have fun today. We hope the Brewers give you a lot of business tonight. Keep you busy. All right, Mary, let's keep walking, because I also met Ed down here, and Ed works for one of the companies that runs the rooftop seating, right?
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
And Ed was showing me some cool things. Ed, I'm back, sir. Tell us, you're the ambassador for this building, right? You're making sure the fans have a good time. But we are in home run territory, and sometimes when Scott doesn't catch them, they do make their way and they hit the building. What do you got for us here?
Right here. This dent right here, this is where Patrick Wisdom home run ball.
That was done. Patrick was a former Cubs player. He hit a home run so hard it landed there and dented it.
Yes.
Okay.
And actually, there has been a couple, before they put these new windows in there has been home run balls that came out and hit the windows and broke the windows.
Broke the windows. That's just part of the lore of this place.
Yes, sir. And actually, I believe these are the best tickets in town.
You do?
Yes.
Okay.
Because once you get in the building, you have unlimited food and unlimited drinks.
Okay.
Beer, we open an hour before the game start. So an hour before the game start until the end of the seventh inning, unlimited beer.
Okay.
And food until the end of the night.
That's a pretty good deal. And you were standing here and you were pointing out some things that I don't know if Tim's going to be able to see, but right through the trees here, you can tell what's going on in the game, even out here on Waveland Avenue. Right through there, we got the score, and we got. Wait, we can see it here. Oh, there's an advertisement right now, yeah. But you got everything you need out here then, right?
Exactly.
What's your favorite part about working out here on a game day like this?
The fans.
Yeah.
Putting smiles on everyone's faces.
Okay. How would you rate Brewer fans in terms of other fans?
Well, they're great fans.
Just say the best, Ed.
Yes. But, still got advertisement up there, so
Okay.
be a moment.
But but you're always up to speed. You know what's going on.
Exactly.
All right. Ed, thank you so much. You've been a great ambassador for Waveland Avenue. We thank you. Mary, you got time for me to show you one more thing?
Oh, please do. I'm enjoying this more than the game. Keep on.
Well, yeah, the Brewers are behind, I believe, right now still.
Yeah,
So,
okay, good.
I've just been making friends. You know how I go, Mary. I just go and I start talking to people.
You've been known to have a
as Kim Murphy
conversation
said-
or two.
Kim Murphy said to me last week, FOX6 fans up there, hey, how you doing? Where are you from? Tosa, all right. Are you playing hooky? Did you call in sick to work today? Tell the truth. Okay. All right, they're from Tosa. They claim they're supposed to be here. We're going to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Thanks for calling them out, by the way. Boss is
Mary,
watching, but no worries.
I was saying, Kim Murphy the other day said, you're the guy in that in the Allstate ads. Or not the Allstate ads, the State Farm guy.
The State Farm guy,
Don't be like your dad talking to everybody.
That's
Murphy's
so
like,
you.
you're that guy. I'm like, yeah, I'm not ashamed of that. Because I've also been talking to Toussaint over here. Toussaint has a nice array of things here. How you doing, sir? We're back. I love yours. It's mostly Chicago related. I love DePope. DePope, you're even selling White Sox stuff here in the North Side because he's a Sox fan.
I'm saying.
What's your best seller? What's hot these days?
Right now, the Pope is really hot right now because by the Pope being from Chicago,
Yeah.
even though they say he's a Sox fan, but he's still Chicago. He's from Chicago, so it's a big seller throughout Chicago.
It's a little mellow right now because this is a game that wasn't supposed to be on the schedule. Right. How do you expect things to be tonight outside here?
Oh, I'm looking forward to tonight. But today's just been a makeup game. It's kind of quiet. But tonight, this is a real game, so I'm expecting the crowd to be coming out, excited, trying to get some Cub wins.
I'll give you $100 for a Brewers shirt with Yelich on the back. Do you sell that?
Sorry, y'all not here now.
Oh, you're missing out on sales, Toussaint. All right, thank you, sir. I appreciate your time. Good luck to you. All right, happy doubleheader day here. The late, great Ernie Banks, Mary, used to say, let's play two, and they'd click his heels. That's what they're doing today. They're playing two. Well, that's your tour of Waveland Avenue. The next time we see you during our 4 o'clock hour, we'll be live at the Brick House. Brick House.
Oh, wow. We're
Like
getting
the
all
song.
the time.
Like
We're
the-
getting stories. I love your Australian accent, but now my favorite is Harry Carey's. And now you're going to do a little cameo for us, Brick House. That was cameo, wasn't it? Yeah, I think so.
Well, that's where we'll be. Where the Brick House Pub is where we're going to be broadcasting from. It's going to be a good time.
I have never been in that
you.
area.
We'll see a different side.
Yeah, that was really fantastic, Ted. Seriously, thank you. And the flags on top of Wrigley there, I've seen them. They actually do have meanings. I thought they were for aesthetics. So thank you for that.
No, all the flags, and on the flag poles, you have all. There's one right here. If you can see that, Tim, right up there.
Yeah.
You got the aforementioned Ernie Banks, number
Yes.
14. Ron Santo, former Cub, he's left us. He is in the Hall of Fame, as is Fergie Jenkins, number 31, the big left-hander from Canada. So yeah, those were the players of my youth. This is before I grew up and became a Brewer fan. But yeah, this was an area that was not as nice as it is now. I will tell you what, I will give the Cubs credit for that. They have something I don't think good happened.
I think
What
probably.
happened? What happened? Did they score? Cubs score? Okay. Well, you know what? You can't win them all. And I'm not even sure this game's over yet. You know how the Brewers love to come back from these impossible odds right here.
Torture us, yes.
Yeah.
It really is a neat place to be. Hey, before I let you go, because I don't know if we'll see you again, if I had one more question. If you had to pick, and you're a die-hard Brewers fan, I mean, nobody's better than you. If you had to pick, though, a standout player for the Cubs, maybe growing up, somebody that you felt, who would it be? Who's that one player that you'd pick?
Who is that one player?
For the Cubs, yeah.
Here we go.
One of the best players they've ever had.
Here we go. And Toussaint is selling him right here. Ryan Sandberg. We just lost him earlier this month to cancer.
Yes.
These are the way they're honoring him.
Yeah.
He's number 23, of course.
Yeah.
His number is also on the right field pole, because every retired Cub and every Hall of Fame, every retired number is up here on the pole. So Ryan Sandberg was significant. Ernie Banks was significant.
Certainly.
And my favorite all-time Cub, and I guarantee you he doesn't have a brick here, a guy named Mick Kelleher, who is just a scrappy player who didn't mind getting in fights and didn't mind breaking up double plays. And so he was never on a winning team. So he was the quintessential Cub of my youth.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love it. You can sing me out with Brick House, because Lionel Richie just texted me and said, oh, no, Brick House is the Commodores, not Larry Blackman.
Yeah, I never said anything different.
I did.
You said it.
I'm an 80s girl. I get them all confused. But you did a great job. Who knew that you had pipes, too?
Well, I didn't know I had it either. We just tried. So, that's the beauty of the Wisconsin Live Desk. Things just come out of us that we don't expect.
Exactly. I have a new appreciation for you,
hey,
Ted.
promo department, put that in a promo.
Have fun. We'll see you a little later tonight. That was a lot of fun.
It.
I really appreciate it. And you got your steps in for the day. Well done, my friend. Well done.
A 1, a 2. Back to you, Mary.
Thank you, Ted. We'll see you a little later. And as we leave you with a live look right now at Wrigley Field, the Brewers are taking on the Cubs. The energy down there is heating up. It's about to get hot. You know what's even hotter? Tomorrow, free burgers. And guess who is in the studio? We've got those burgers right in front of us. Representative from George Webb going to give us all the details. Keep it right here on Fox Local. We're coming right back. Welcome back, everybody. So glad you're with us for this Brew Crew Tuesday fun. Nobody's having more fun than Ted Perry, let's be honest. Second to that, Sam Kramer. He is getting in all the action right now. He is he was at the Northwoods Inn. I don't think he's left, or have you left the Northwoods yet?
Oh, no. We're going to stay here the entire night because this place is huge. We're in the back patio now, which is covered. Back bar here. If you look a little bit farther that way, there's a moose and a Cubs flag. So you'll notice the Brewers memorabilia or logo, mind you, is like really the only thing that isn't shown here. But boy, it's still a friendly place for people that root for the Brewers. People like my friend Eric. Boy, I haven't drank at all, and he has been. Eric, thanks so much for chatting with us. You got your Brew Crew shirt on. How have you been feeling with this just miraculous year that the Brewers have been on?
It feels good. However, we're optimistic about it, but we're cautious about it just because the past few seasons, obviously dealing with the wild card situation, pretty disappointing. So, but it looks great. We'll grab the regular season. Hopefully we'll get that first seed, and then we'll just go from there. So just taking it one step at a time. It looks good. Hopefully we're not peaking, but yeah.
We were kind of talking about that earlier on this show in that you kind of want to hit momentum at the right time.
Absolutely.
And this team has done really well through the regular season over the last several years. But then there's something about October. So are you like kind of guarding your heart or your emotions a little bit with this?
Always. With any Wisconsin, I do it with the Packers, I do it with the Bucks, and definitely do it with the Brewers, And again, the past few seasons, that is shown there, but we're hitting great. Terang has been hitting like crazy, and everybody's had the bats on. Everyone's been playing great defense. So it's lined up. Everything looks good right now.
Yes.
But I think they can get that momentum, take it into the postseason. Again, it's just one step at a time. But I think most of the people who come here most of the Brewers fans that come here that we watch the games with, everybody else has they're set, they're ready. We're 100% for it. So
yeah. So why Wills? What keeps you coming back here?
I mean, it's the Wisconsin bar in Chicago, the Wisconsin bar in Illinois. So I mean, this is one of the most popular Packer bars in the state. Huge Badger bar. We come here for the Brewers. They're accommodating. It's got all the Wisconsin charm to it. So, it's like being back home. So
let's talk about that Wisconsin charm. So there's a cooler here. It's got a lot of hinterland and stuff. And if a little bit farther this way, I'm a little bit comfortable here, Mary. Whoa, careful there, Jake. What's this? Miller Lite. Okay, all right. Oh, here you go. I'll let you crack that for you. Oh, the last one.
Wow.
Did you hear that, Mary? It sounds like we're in the Northwoods.
It
feels like we're in the Northwoods. And yet we're a mile from Wrigley Field where the Brewers are trailing 6-4, and Craig Counsell's coming out to the mound. So, hey, we're about as close as we can get, okay? And I feel like we're really in Hayward, but we're not. We're in downtown Chicago.
Yeah,
on the north side.
You look like you're in my hometown, La Crosse. Hey, that beer that you just opened, is that on FOX6 or is that on the house? I'm just asking for a friend.
Is it on FOX6 or is it on the house? I don't know. We'd have to see how far we can stretch the compensation policy there.
Yes.
I'll be sure to get a receipt, though. I'll put it on your tab.
I don't know if you can expense it. Oh, yeah. Okay, put it on my tab. We'll be the first one I picked up.
Yeah.
Sam Kramer, our own Franklin native. Thank you so much for that look from Wisconsin in Chicago.
You bet.
Appreciate it. That was great. Thanks, Sam. We'll see you a little bit later. Well, the Brewers, of course, looking to continue their winning streak today. We are celebrating 12 in a row still from last week, and you know what happens tomorrow. Everything's right in front of us. That's right. The free burgers from George Webb.
Yes.
We have declared this a national holiday. We heard from you last week, Ryan. You were getting ready to get everything ready for the burgers. Thanks for coming in today. We really appreciate it. You're kind of busy.
A little busy, but we're good.
Yeah.
We're in a good spot, so I'm happy to be here.
Exactly. This is fantastic. So you brought us T-shirts, you brought us burgers. Set this up, though, a little bit. I mean, we all know there's a history here. Yeah. How did this all get started?
Yeah, there's a ton of history behind this, which gets even more exciting when we talk about Milwaukee baseball, right? So like the 40s and 50s when the Braves were in town, our founder, George Webb, predicted the Braves would win 13 straight games. And they never did it. So it was sad. He was a huge baseball fan. We kept the tradition alive when the Brewers came here, and we changed it to 12 wins in a row. and that we continue that prediction today. And this is the third time it's happening, so it's super exciting.
I know when we got so close the first time and we missed it, it was like, oh, and it got to the point where you're like, the Brewers have such a good record. This is great to see them win, but everybody really wanted the free burger. This is about so much more than a hot burger. And by the way, these are hot and smelling great. This is really about connection, community, and really celebrating. As I always talk about us, the little engine that could. We are a small community, and this is really a way to celebrate all that we can do in MLB in the big leagues, so to speak. Right?
Yeah, it is about community. And our restaurants are small. They're counter seat restaurants in neighborhoods. And it's the same customers every day in that same stool seat. So they're reading the newspaper, they know the staff, they know their neighbors. So it is a true sense of community when it comes to this, for sure.
Yeah, it's got to be great. Everybody's kind of, what do they say? Imitation is the best or biggest form of flattery. And you have had a lot of imitators, if you will. Now the other restaurants, I know there's one in Shorewood, jumping on board to give away freebies. We've mentioned a few of those. That's got to make you feel real good. You guys are the OGs.
We are the OGs. And hey, if they want to get on it too, we're fine with that. Let Milwaukee eat as many burgers as they can this week.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yep.
So people were wondering what day it was going to be. And so last week when you came on our air, you didn't know, or you weren't giving it away until the next day. And I said, so what date aren't you taking off in August? And you're like, I'm not taking off anytime soon. So you picked tomorrow.
Yep.
We're going to get the details right now because a lot of people are like, when is this? What's going on?
Awesome.
So it is going to be tomorrow. It's going to start at 2.
Correct.
And end at 6 o'clock,
That's
right?
correct.
At the George Webb, at all the George Webb
all
locations.
23 locations, correct.
23. And then also, there were some issues about the vouchers. People have reached out to us. Are the vouchers? What's the deal with the vouchers?
Yeah, so we printed 100,000 vouchers. Last week after the Brewers won 12 games in a row, we gave out all 100,000 vouchers this weekend. I mean, we never had a response like this ever.
Oh, really?
So we really wanted to use those vouchers as a way for people who couldn't make it on giveaway day tomorrow a chance to get their free burger.
Oh, that's so nice. And we have the notes right there. You can redeem your voucher between August 25th and August 29th, and so that's perfect. That's great. People can line up and get their burgers, and then I love the swag. I mean, I wore my Brewers gold and blue. It's not an easy thing to find always, and these are great, you guys. Look at these T-shirts. And this just says George Webb predicts Milwaukee will win 12 straight. So this is kind of a great souvenir shirt to hang out on.
Definitely.
It's a great conversation starter. If you'd so dare, you could even wear this in Cubs territory,
there you go.
or even Bears territory, and just remind them when they're playing the Packers. That's great.
Sure.
Tell us a little bit more about you. You're from Milwaukee?
I am from Milwaukee, and my family's been affiliated with the George Webb chain for a long time. My grandpa was a franchisee, and this is part of who I am and part of my family, and that makes it even more special and unique to get this payoff out again for the fans.
What were your memories growing up of being connected to the Brewers, of celebrating wins, and I mean, as a young kid,
Yeah, I mean, 1987 was special for us. I mean, they won 13 games in a row to start the season.
Yeah.
So that 12th win was a dramatic win. But to pull it off, Easter Sunday 1987 was something I'll never forget, and I think the city won't ever forget that either.
Yeah, I was in high school, and I remember that we were celebrating all the way across the state, all the way west and from La Crosse. And I remember that celebration and just the feeling of, oh wow, we did it. And how many kids were inspired then to pick up a bat, hit a bat?
For sure. Yeah,
that's important.
There were some inspirational players back then, Robin Yell, Paul Molitor, others like that. So it was a cool time.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Tell us a little bit more about this, because we've all had a party, we've all had a cookout. This was a monumental undertaking. You had ordered the meat, I think it was last Thursday, right? Tell us the order. How does that go? You pick up the phone, hey, I'm feeding a family of 100,000, whatever it is. How did that work?
Yeah, as soon as that 12th game was won, we placed the order for 25,000 pounds of hamburger. Ooh, so that was obviously the key ingredient here. So, and we're lucky, we're blessed that our vendors are local. So this is, our hamburgers are made down in Kenosha Beef. So they're baseball fans. They watch the streak. They know. They're excited for us too. So they know when that 12th game hits, like, hey, we better get going. So and they always deliver for us, which is great. So using local vendors, using suppliers that are Brewer baseball fans, I mean, that everyone knows about it. So it's easy to work with them, and it's fun.
That's huge.
Yeah.
How does the assembly line go? Because I'm thinking, we've all worked in a restaurant, we've all been in the kitchen. I'm assuming it's a well-oiled machine. Give us the setup, because we're all like, how do you crank out so many?
Right. Well, luckily we've done it 2 other times, so that helps. So we have some history behind this. But each burger is going to be made fresh. We know we're going to hold them in coolers and hot holding trays for people, so when they walk through the door, it's going to be a hot burger. So we're going to get them out. There'll be some lines. We're going to control people. We're going people are going to be patient. But we're going to make sure that the line moves and we get product out as fast as we can.
Right. So you do the ketchup. Somebody's got the ketchup. Somebody's got the mustard.
Exactly.
Somebody's got the bun.
Right.
And it's nice. They're going to be hot and fresh. And if they want a side item, those aren't part of the deal. What would you recommend? I mean, fries are always part of the deal.
Yeah, fries are great. We'll have some specials tomorrow as the giveaway happens. It's going to be a $2 order French fries. If they want to grab a soda, everything's going to be discounted. So we'll have a limited menu. We're not going to make omelets and eggs tomorrow or pancakes, but we're going to make burgers all day. But people can definitely add on to that burger order if they want to.
And plenty of room to sit inside if they choose to, or obviously to get it to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic, and it's such love. Thank you for bringing all that in. In terms of the shirts too, can they get those there?
Online, we have them online for sale.
Oh, you have them online.
Yep.
Okay, great, and they're really nice, you guys. These are really good quality, very thick, very durable. Who came up with the design of that?
Yeah, Bruce,
did you have?
another Milwaukee company, Brew City. George Kepler down at Brew City came up with a design for us, and we've worked with them forever for all of our merchandise. So they're great. They're a great local company too.
Wow, that's fantastic. They really are. If you want these online, just go on there and go on the website. You can pull one out. That would be a great birthday gift, a great holiday gift.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is so awesome. That is fantastic.
A World Series item, I think, too.
Oh,
maybe. I'll predict
okay.
it. Yeah.
All right. Are we going to do something? Maybe you could do something special for that.
Maybe we will.
Would be
We'll
good.
see.
And so I have to ask. So if they win another 12, would you do this all over again? You don't even want to get ahead of yourself.
We'll see. We're going to get through tomorrow first. We're having too much fun with this to think ahead. But
I know.
Yeah.
The rally towel. Exactly. You guys have done such a great job. We really do appreciate it. What are you doing for tonight's game?
I'm going to go home later on tonight, and I'm going to watch the game at home with my kids, and have a good time.
And gear up tomorrow. Yeah. What time does your day start tomorrow?
Early. I'll be up at 5 or 6. So we'll make sure we're going to be ready tomorrow.
Are you going to different locations, or are you going to stay at one?
I'm going to stay at one. I'll be at the location in Brookfield on Blue Mountain Road, and we have staff kind of spread out throughout the city at different stores, and we'll be checking in with each other and making sure it's going smooth. So,
So if you see Ryan, just, hey, thanks for all the hard work, Ryan and Stan. We really appreciate everything.
No,
we appreciate you
coming
coming on. This means everything to us.
Thank you.
Again, National Holiday tomorrow.
There you go.
Really appreciate it with
idea.
George Webb.
Yep.
We're going to have you keep it here, though, because tonight the game is on Fox.
Oh, nice.
We are over the moon, Fox 6. Coverage is going to start at 6:30. First pitch is at 7:05. And then after the game, we're going to have a very special edition of Fox 6 News with live reaction from American Family Field. That's going to be followed by 1% Club and To the Snake. And so that's going to be awesome. We are so excited to be with you, to bring you the sights, the sounds. We have all the information on Fox Local. We'll also have everything on fox6now.com on our website, so make sure that you tune in there. But give us your thoughts, give us your predictions, let us know what you think. But right now we are celebrating all things Brewers because there are so many things to celebrate. I had a bunch of notes that I wanted to get to today, and I really don't need to do that because we have seen Ted Perry down at Wrigleyville. We're going to see him a little bit later. Also, we want to let you know that obviously the burgers, let's get up that screen one more time, can we, Delaney? Because we want to make sure that you know Free Burger Wednesday is happening. It's going to be happening tomorrow. And we just want you to know those vouchers, if you can't get there, are available. Again, remember, 2 to 6, all 23 locations. Redeem your voucher if you get one between August 25th and August 29th. And Ryan, because you're still here, is there a busier location? Is there one that may be a little bit lesser crowd, if you will? What would you, if you had to recommend? They're all going to be busy tomorrow?
They're all going to be busy tomorrow. So, but we're going to keep lines moving.
Yeah.
We've done this before. We'll keep lines moving. We'll get people through. So,
it'll be cool. Yep. And people are kind and patient.
The
people are really appreciative. I said, if you're heading out there, why not strike a conversation with somebody?
Yeah.
Talk about the Brewers, talk about whatever, but it's a great way to, celebrate and maybe make a new friend.
Yep, exactly.
So, and parking won't be a problem either, right?
No, we got
Plenty
parking.
of
So, we're good.
Yeah. Great to have you along here on Fox Local. This has been so much fun. I'd stay if I could, but I got to wrap. I got to get out of here. We'll see you today at 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10.
he made it very clear that we're not going to continue writing blank checks to fund a war very far away, which is why he came up with the very creative solution to have NATO purchase American weaponry, because it is the best in the world, and then to backfill the needs of the Ukrainian army and the Ukrainian people and their military. So that's the solution the president has came up with. We'll continue to see that forward. As for any additional sales, I'll have to defer you to the Department of Defense.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Jack. Kelly.
What has President Trump learned that tells him that Vladimir Putin would be willing to make a deal for him, for President Trump?
Well, the president has learned a lot, which is part of the reason he opened up this dialogue. The previous administration, who oversaw the beginning of this war, refused to talk. And President Trump has always said, in order to learn, in order to move the ball forward with diplomacy and towards peace, you have to have open dialogue. And so that's why the president has had several conversations by phone and, of course, an in-person meeting last Friday with President Putin. He also has talked to President Zelensky dozens of times, had him here at the White House yesterday, and he's understanding what both sides want, what both sides are going to have to give up. And he has always said, in order to get a good deal, both sides are going to have to walk away a little bit unhappy. So he continues to learn a lot throughout these conversations, which is why we've seen progress from both sides. And I would also just add, when it comes to learning and moving the ball forward, look at how both Russia and Ukraine have actually talked directly for the first time in many years, thanks to the efforts of this president and this administration.
Specifically for President Trump, though, what do you think Putin's motivation is to try to do something for President Trump, as opposed to just resolving the conflict?
I think, as I just spoke to in my opening remarks, Kelly, Russia and all countries around this world actually respect the United States again. And the president is using the might of American strength to demand that respect from our allies, our friends, our adversaries all around the world. And we've seen that not just lead to progress with Russia and Ukraine, but also we've seen it in the closing of 7 global conflicts around the world as well. We've seen it with the release of hostages in Gaza. You've seen it with the end of the conflict between India and Pakistan, which could have resulted in a nuclear war if we had not had a president who believed in the strength and the leverage that comes with the job of being the president of the United States of America. Rachel.
Thanks, Caroline. Heading into Alaska, a lot of the focus in the talk was on this trilateral meeting between these 3 leaders. Can you explain how this went from a trilateral meeting involving President Trump to now the focus being on this bilateral meeting without the president first?
Well, look, the president has spoken to both leaders about this, and both leaders have expressed a willingness to sit down with each other. And so our national security team will help both countries do that. Ultimately, the president has always said that there are areas of disagreement in this war that will have to be discussed and decided upon by these 2 countries. And so he wants these 2 countries to engage in direct diplomacy. He's said that from the very beginning, which is why he's agreeable to the idea of having President Zelensky and President Putin get together. And I understand accommodations for that meeting are underway. As soon as we hear more details, we'll be sure to let all of you know.
And just a quick follow-up. We know as of right now there is no ceasefire in place. We've seen Russia continue its attacks on Ukraine. What indications is the president getting from Putin that he wants to have this meeting with Zelensky soon?
Because he spoke to him directly yesterday.
And he expressed that sooner rather than later.
That was just a little bit of Caroline Levitt earlier today at the White House. So we are going to slide away for another 2-minute break on Live Now from Fox. We're keeping an eye, though, on the border. Secretary Noam will be giving updates right by the border wall with Border Patrol agents. We'll be back in just 2 minutes on Live Now. back to Live Now from Fox. I'm your host, Mike Page. Thanks again for joining us. And coming up in just moments, we will be hearing from Secretary Noam at the border. You see the border wall right behind that podium. So we'll be keeping an eye on the shot. When it does happen, we'll bring it to you here on Live Now from Fox. We're also keeping an eye out in Los Angeles soon. LA officials will be giving an update on the upcoming heat wave that is going to be coming to Southern California, as well as potential fire risks that are associated with the high heat and wind. So we'll be bringing that to you on Live Now from Fox when it happens